Hey, enthusiasts, what's happening? This is Salty Language, episode 640.
Sexiest podcast on the network.
640 times.
640 times.
Plus
Viva La December or something.
I guess. You know, it's really funny how where we live, you know, once it hits like January, February, and sometimes March feel like it's about 8 months.
Yes.
You know, because it's cold, it's miserable, overcast.
Yeah, it just sucks.
For that time. And it just doesn't go away. Like, there just feels like nothing to look forward to, you know, any of that kind of stuff. It's so funny, though, because I seriously feel like November just ended. And, I mean, it did, because we're just in December. But it also is weird when I heard someone at the post office yesterday go, you know, Christmas is only 20 days away.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking.
You're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the math's all right. You know, I know how to do the maths and stuff, but it's just like you feel like you're going to blink and the year's going to be done.
Yeah, for sure. I don't like it.
Weird, but
I don't like it at all.
Either. No, me either.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
I'm more intimate with the date and stuff now because every day I got to do like dated shit at work now. So every day I'm very familiar of how the year's coming to an end. It's crazy to me.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, whereas like me not working and such, it's like I sometimes will lose a day or two because I don't have something every day. You know, like if when we record on a certain day, I keep track of that. Or like I jokingly said to one of my friends, you know, it's like Twitter can help because everyone bitches about Mondays. Tuesdays, it's titties and tacos, you know, like so. And then Friday, everybody's like, woo, Friday. So, you know, that can help you pace your week out a little bit. But when you don't have something that requires your, you know, paying attention to the date, it's easy to lose a couple days too. And sometimes that makes the difference to where all of a sudden it's like, whoa, where did this
happened?
Month go? Yeah. Like, did I sleep a long time? I don't know. So, yeah, it's kind of wacky. It's going to be like 60 Saturday this week. Like, yeah. It's going to be like 58 from
we're
what
going
they're
to
saying
get a
on
Christmas
the news.
Tree. Very festive. Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like 55 Friday, 58 Saturday. And then I think Sunday or Monday it's supposed to be back in the 30s for the highs.
Whatever.
Well, it's December. You know,
we were supposed to get our tree last weekend, but Logan ended up having to work all weekend. And then we're going to get it tomorrow. Yeah. But, you know, tradition, Brian, I go out and I chop my shit down. And all the tree farms close at like 5, which is when I leave work.
Oh, yeah. Which absolutely makes total sense because, you know, who would want to go after work to get your tree? I mean, I get it. It starts getting dark at like 5 now. But
there was one that closed at 6, and it was up in like Ida. And I'm like, by the time I get home from work, and then we get up there, and then we find the tree, and it's like it's so it's gonna be us.
They just go when they're closed. Don't worry about it.
So it'll be a Saturday morning activity. Get the old tree, and we already put up our fucking Christmas village. It looks sick as hell. I still got to put up Christmas lights, but I mean, every day that the month progresses, I'm like,
yeah. You know. Friday and Saturday look like the days to do it if you're going to do it. You know, at least it won't be like it's supposed to be windy, but it won't be frigid at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to get done because I like putting them up, but at the same time, it's like, oh, God.
I know. That's what I've said a long time.
Should have just done it like in November like I originally planned to do.
People just need to, you know, you got to get those lights that, you know, you can just change the colors to what you want them to be.
Dude, I've looked into them.
Leave them up year round. And then
permanent lights that are like
oh, it's
smart.
Easter. I'll put some pastel colors up.
Yep. I'm not going to lie. If those things eventually fall into a price range I enjoy, I will be doing that because I like putting lights up. I do. Right. But it's like, man, fuck off with this whole, I got to take them down.
Well, especially, I was going to say, especially Christmas lights, because when you go to take them down, usually it's like New Year's. Yeah. So it's, you know, and it's 30 degrees or something.
I leave mine up until spring. I just don't turn them on.
No, that's the right move because, that's why I think a lot of people hate taking them down because they feel like they got to take them down like right after Christmas or the New Year. And it's friggin' cold as, you know, balls out there.
I love that idea of permanent lights.
Yeah. Like I said, then you can get festive the rest of the year too, you know? Like, hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. Put up green, you know, you can have green lights, you know?
I'm looking right now. Permanent lights on house.
Yeah. You can have, you know, red lights for when you want to have it be the red light district, you know?
Hell yeah.
Whatever you want to do, you know?
I mean, it looks like it's a couple $100 basically.
Yeah.
For depending on how many lights you need.
Worth it. Yeah.
You know, but yeah, seriously, I mean, I would absolutely do this if it's like, if I just had fuck you money.
Yeah.
You know, I would put permanent lights on my house just to not have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Because you're right. I mean, honestly, like 4th of July, I'd be like, yeah, I'll make my house red and white.
Right.
Or red and white. Red and blue.
Yeah.
You know, I guess you could do white too, whatever. You know, well, yeah, I'd fuck around. Every holiday, I'd do something stupid.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. You could end up, you know, just using them around the year if you want to. I mean, you wouldn't have to, but you could.
Oh, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, because, I mean, you see, I've got colored smart lights throughout the house. We're always
yeah.
I mean, they're always changing colors depending on my mood.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, God. Sorry, I made soup on Sunday and we just killed it off. And oh, boy, oh, jeez. Apparently my phone's not on silent. Oh. That would be Cheeto hopping online.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, getting himself ready for some online gaming with the boys.
I like it.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn you guys into Fortniters. I swear to God.
I don't think it'll ever happen.
Come on.
So far removed from gaming.
It's a free shooter.
No, I know, but I think my thing is no, I think my thing is like I don't really care about the FP, like just shooters. Like I want there to have something like, you know, when we play Saints, there's other shenanigans going on. Same with GTA and stuff like that. Like those are the games I like playing. But you know what we need to do? We need Cheeto to get Borderlands.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
We can spot up in Borderlands.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good.
I should look up to see how much. Anyway.
Anywho, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we did our little Friday night PlayStation. I've got like 3 hours of video I got to comb through because there's some gold in there.
Some ridiculous stuff.
Like 3 hours of video I could trim down to probably about 10 minutes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
But there is some fucking gold that happened.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, that was a good time for sure.
That was a good time.
Always is, but how could it not be?
How could it not be?
That game's so ridiculous, too, that it really does add to.
I mean, that's when I was sitting here perusing Reddit waiting for you to hop on. Someone in the PlayStation subreddit was like, what's your favorite worst game of the year? Like your best worst game?
It's easily
that's what I threw in there. I'm like Saints Row, you play with a friend. It's still not a great game, but it's pretty fun.
It's still a lot of fun. Yeah. Yeah, it's not winning game of the year by any means. But
no, it definitely has problems, but...
Well, and especially at the free price point, we've gotten our money's worth out.
Yeah, free is my favorite price.
Right. But enough that we've both actively been like, we should grab the DLC and play it too, you know, so.
In fact, I was playing a little bit last night before we went to bed, and I was like, my whole goal was get the hoverboard. Right? Yeah. Well, I completed that whole, like, job portion, whatever you would call it, enterprise or whatever. Have you done the whole thing?
No, I've only done 1 or 2. Okay.
There's only like 4 missions. Okay. You get the hoverboard, you get a skill which lets you put up like an energy wall and you can shoot through walls through it. Okay. That's okay. But what's really the best is it takes up your special weapon slot.
Yeah.
It's basically a football that you throw and it sticks to people, cars, whatever, and then it just sends them into orbit. It's like a jet booster, and then they explode.
Oh my!
It's fantastic.
All right.
So you definitely need to get that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, what I've been doing when I'm playing is like I'm focusing on just like I've just been putting as many businesses up as possible. Yeah. And there's only been, I think the only one I've completed what, like the food truck one and the toxic waste one, I think are the only 2 I've really completed. So I just need to go. Oh no, I just completed one the other night too. That's the fashion one.
Yeah, good luck with the fucking insurance fraud one.
Yeah, I've tried.
It's horrible.
I got the first one of it done, and I can't even get close on any of the others.
Yeah,
I've tried.
It's horrible, dude.
Yeah, there must be something I'm not doing because I had no trouble getting it in the previous version of the game.
Well, the previous version's games were a little bit better.
Right.
Fair
enough.
But what was I gonna say? Shit. Oh, I know why I hopped online because remember how I was like, I'm like, okay, this prison has the attack chopper. I found out what you need to do to get it. Is basically you take a different helicopter and you fly in, and it's in 2 spots. Yeah. And if it's not there, you back out until your wanted level clears, and then you just fly back in, and eventually it spawns in 1 or 2 spots.
Okay, because I flew back in there with a helicopter the other night, and it wasn't there.
I'll have to show you next time we play. I'll show you where it is because I got one now. You know.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Anywho, that's enough of that.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, there was one more thing since we're talking about online gaming, and this is specifically, I saw this and I'm like, I think of my buddy Brian when I see this. All right. And I wish I had a Windows-based PC because I would have downloaded this and we would have tried it live on the air.
Oh.
But I don't.
Oh.
It's called Doritos Silent. And it's software you can download that will allow you to eat Doritos, but it like filters the crunching out.
Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, that's what noise canceling headphones kind of do for me, but yeah, that'd be great for other stuff.
Yeah, it was trained by AI. It's heard over 5,000 individual Dorito crunches. So that no crunch will go undetected.
Wow.
And I'm really sad that it's only Windows because I really wanted to download this and get some Doritos and test it.
Yeah.
Because
see if I want to
exactly because I mean I don't know if people know how you feel about people eating in your ear, but you're not a fan.
No, I definitely have sensitivity issues or sensory issues when it comes to that. For anyone who wants to know, look up the term misophonia. It's misophonia, and that can kind of get you close to what's going on. Is that some sounds literally make me want to turn violent, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like I want to choke somebody when I hear them. Because everybody makes noise when they eat, right? Like that's fine. I can deal with a lot of that, but what I can't deal with is there's certain noises, or when people don't close their mouths, or there's just certain things, and I'm like, oh,
I'm about to murder you.
It is. I've had to leave rooms. I can't eat in the car with someone without turning the radio on. That kind of stuff. Like it's the suck. Because people aren't generally doing it on purpose, and I can't help that it makes me stabby.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Good times. Well, I appreciate Doritos trying to help some people out because there are definitely some people that need something to mask their chewing sounds. Even if you don't have the situation I have, it's just some people are just so obnoxious, that normies are bothered by them.
Yes. I mean, this is a joke for a select few people, and if you know, but barbecue sauce and corn.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I got to say about that.
Right on.
Pretty
chill. How was your week?
Not going to lie. Weekend was fairly uneventful, work.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we did our thing on Friday night. That was a good time, and then Saturday, I felt like we did something. Michelle and I, but I think we just maybe we just stayed home and vibed out. I don't recall. And then Sunday, Mike came over. We had some beers. He brought me a couple of high octane, delicious treats, and we had a good time. Did finish watching Blue Eye Samurai. Ready for season 2.
Nice.
Yeah, and didn't exactly end the way I thought it was, but I'm not mad at it.
Right.
And we're a couple episodes into that Scavenger's Reign now, which really, and I can't remember what it is, but when I was in my teens and I discovered the library had graphic novels, this really reminds me of a science fiction graphic novel I grabbed. Like the weirdness and the way it's animated, like that's the vibe I get, is this like memory of this graphic novel, but I don't remember what it was.
Right.
You know, but that's been a pretty cool show so far. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's fucking strange.
It really is. It's like you get lost. Yeah. Oh, for sure it is. And it gets weirder. Yeah. But it's cool because you'd like, there's times where you kind of just get lost really soaking in the ambience of the wherever they're at. There's so much to look at. Like they really spent a good amount of time animating everything. Like it's not just kind of like, oh, here's some generic shapes that are backgrounds, like there's really like things going on in the background that you kind of watch, and sometimes they make a difference, sometimes they don't, but you know what I mean. It's just interesting that it's not just, oh, here's something to while the characters are walking, this just looks
here's
cool
the same
in the background,
palm tree and rock like in the Flintstones.
yeah. yeah It's like there's stuff going on, there's life forms doing shit in the background.
I'm pretty pumped to see the Super Mario movies on Netflix. I want to watch that. It is, yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay. I didn't see that. I still haven't watched it. They had it on Peacock forever, and I just never bothered. So I noticed recently they put a bunch of like DC stuff in there too, from the last few years, like Suicide Squad and Black Adam and stuff like that are in there now, which I don't really care that much about.
I was like, Suicide Squad was fun.
Yeah, I really don't care about Black Adam, especially after most of the reviews I read for it are not favorable. Well. So, yeah,
I'm a little sad though, Brian, because we've we're several hours into a cooperative game of Baldur's Gate 3, and they put out a patch, and now there's like all these. You look on Reddit, unless someone's figured it out, like you can't load co-op games for some reason.
Oh, yeah, it's like, man, that sucks. I mean, I'm
sure, but man, it sucks. It's like, because we want to play it, and it's like I don't want to. I mean, I do want to play my own version, my own game, but at the same time, I want to like have the story unfold for us together, because it's a nice thing,
right?
But man, I'm like, really, guys, really, and then plus Leah was overplaying, and I'm trying not to pay attention to the screen because they are much further along than we are.
Yeah, I understand. My mom just read a book that I want to read, and she's kind of off and on, like telling me, and I'm like, I don't want to hear this. Like, I don't want to hear any of it. Like, I want to read the book myself. I don't want to already know things that are happening.
Yeah, it was funny. Like, I get a text from Leah Saturday night, I think it was, and they're like, "Hey, can I come over tomorrow?" I'm like, yeah, that's cool, whatever, I'm like, is there any reason why, because it's just, kind of unusual. Yeah. And he was like, mom's having friends over and they're going to be drinking. I don't want to be there. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I'm like, to be fair, my friend's coming over and we're going to be drinking. But she was like, nah, it's fine. So, yeah. So they came over and were crushing Baldur's Gate.
Oh, this is good news. I was just looking online, and I'm like, is there a release date yet for Baldur's Gate 3 on Xbox? It says as of November 15th, it says that the team that has created it said that it should be out by the end of the year. But I haven't heard anything. We're getting real close to the end of the year.
You just flat out need it on your future PlayStation 5 so we can play online.
Well, I know that's my goal anyway, but I don't have a PlayStation 5 on the horizon at the moment. So I hope. Never know. I wish.
Did you ask Santa Claus?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask the Krampus? Of course.
I threatened him, actually. No, Krampus said I could stick it up my ass, but I was like, I have to have one first.
Gladly, but first I need one.
Yeah. then I'll start doing the maths on how to make this happen. But I need one first.
Now we're talking.
Yeah. You see my problem here.
Like, I can't figure out the solution to the problem here unless I actually have a test subject.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, God, like I'm trying to help you out here so we can both win. But
allow me to help you by you helping me.
Yeah.
Or something.
Right. Yeah. You know what really stinks is that with these systems costing what they cost now, it's insanity that, like this year, I mentioned on the last episode about Target having the first gen PS, or not first gen, but the regular PS5s for $350, and it's like I just don't see that happening again anytime soon, until maybe like Christmas of next year. Because the only other sale that's been had on PlayStations that I've seen was GameStop had it the other day, to where it was like, with a coupon that you got from it, it ended up bringing it down to like $425, which is still a good price for it, but also still way more money than I have.
Right.
But you know what I mean? It's like, but by them being so damn much, it's like, even if they knock $50 off, it almost is like, It's not like back when the systems were even at 300. If you knock $50 off, it's like, I might be able to come up with 250, but $50 off of 500.
Like, okay, and like the $50 I just saved won't even buy me a controller or a game.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Oh man. So it's like, I saw some people complaining about it being the bundles being 500, and I'm like, well, you get a game with it. I mean, Best Buy had that Spider-Man game the other day for like $18, but typically that's a $60 game or whatever, or 70, whatever the hell they are, and it's like, so it's like that's not a bad deal for $500. You get the game with it. Like a lot of the consoles don't come with a game,
right?
Which I still think is stupid. They should come with something. I know there's free games on PS, PlayStation Network and whatnot, but it's like they should come with something.
I mean,
just give you some janky ass old game or some generic like Tetris type game.
I mean,
or something,
the PS5 has Astro's Playroom, and not gonna lie, it's a pretty fun game. It kind of like showcases like everything the controller, like everything the system does, but it's also like a walk in backwards in time with like PlayStation tech. It's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
it's pretty neat.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, with the Wii, remember, it came with Wii Sports because it was basically to teach you how to use the controllers and stuff. But also, Wii Sports was actually a game you enjoyed playing. There was something for
Wii Sports all the time.
Everybody, Yeah. Yeah, me too. So that's what I mean. It's like they should come with something, just to give you a little, because especially for like if
Super Mario Duck Hunt, am I right?
It's like, yeah, exactly. Well, you think about it, right? Like if parents spend the $500 plus tax to get the system for their kids, then Christmas morning, and it's like, oh shit, we didn't get a game. It doesn't come with anything. It's like, God, now we got to lay out more money. It's like, ugh. Again, I know there's cheap games, there's all this, but those are not going to be max or optimized for PS5 most of the time. A lot of those are going to just be, here's what we made. It'll run on the PS5, but it's not going to really showcase anything.
Like
so I'm glad that you got that.
I played, I beat Ghost of Tsushima on my PlayStation 4. And I'm like, I was looking at a list of people, like someone on Reddit was like, what really highlights like the PlayStation 5? And someone mentioned Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
So I'm like, oh,
I can see that,
and it's available through PlayStation Plus. So I was like, fuck it. I downloaded the PS5 version, and it let me do like New Game Plus. Dude, the game's gorgeous.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it is. Well, plus you got
the TV. Yeah, but I mean, just like the game is fucking gorgeous.
No, I'm just saying, like on me, I'd be playing on like a 15-year-old TV, enough. So it's going to be less gorgeous. The capabilities of that TV won't.
And the haptic triggers when you're shooting a bow and arrow, like it you can feel the tension in the bowstring. It's crazy. Yeah, it's wild. Yeah,
that's cool. I like that.
Good stuff. And then I was like, why am I playing a game I already beat? I should play something I haven't beat. I did, but I started getting into it.
Kind of show its colors.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what else can I do? Well, yeah, it is a great game.
Yeah,
I mean, legit great fucking game.
That's it. If you were playing some jank ass game, you would have been like,
I've played a lot of jank ass games too.
Yeah, like if
Chicken Police.
if you pulled up like, I don't know. Yeah, Power Washer Simulator,
that's one of the games
free
this month, and I am fucking playing it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure.
It looks. I bet you it's going to be super satisfying. I mean, real power washing I find satisfying. So, yeah.
Yeah, right. It is so. It'll never cease to amaze me how ridiculous those simulators are. That people actually want to play some of the ones that they do play. Right? Like I just will never understand it.
It's like I'm playing.
But, hey, whatever.
One of the first games I played after I got that thing hooked up and updated. It was available in PlayStation Plus. It's called Teardown, and it basically looks like it almost looks like Minecraft. Like everything's blocky, but the blocks are much smaller. And like Michelle walks on, she's like, "Really? You got this new system and you're playing something that looks like that?" But the physics in the game, because the game's all about you're just like some like low-life criminal thug, and people are like, "Hey, I need you to go in here and steal this stuff," and it's like any means possible. So you're driving cranes through walls, you're setting fire to shit, and just the physics on it is great. It's cool. Well, once again, my favorite word. It's satisfying.
Right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I dig. Yeah. Awesome.
But yeah, graphically it looks weird, but it is fun.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Anywho.
Well, I mean, it's an indie game too, I mean, you can't expect the indie games most of the time to be, gorgeous looking, because the budgets to make games look that good are astronomical.
I mean, we could talk about that by the GTA 6 trailer. Because
sure.
Reportedly well over $1 billion in the development for this game.
Yeah. I know. I keep seeing rumors that people have been spreading rumors that the game's going to be like $100 title and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, listen, if you get 10 years of play out of it, like we have with GTA 5, I feel like $100 is worth it. Because in most games are $70, you get 20 some hours of gameplay out of it, and that's it.
Sure.
Like a lot of them don't even really have replay value. In this game, you can keep picking up, you can keep doing heists, or get online and play the multiplayer, or just screw around, in the open sandbox area.
Like I got the trailer up right now for our YouTube folk. It looks incredible.
Yeah. Oh, it does. And what's interesting though is usually the reason the games look incredible is they show you a lot of PC footage. But I didn't see anything that even mentioned PC.
I think PC. I saw rumored stuff that PC isn't going to release for like another year or two after consoles. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean.
But yeah, it looks incredible. It looks like it takes place basically in Vice City, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's what it looks
Florida,
like
which
Florida,
I can't
basically.
wait.
Yeah.
And female protagonist, which I can't wait to hear all the woke people be like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, seriously,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, play as a girl. Yeah. I'm assuming it's going to be because the mechanics in GTA 5 with the character switching was so cool. I'm assuming they're going to carry on with that, but
I would think so. Like there's certain missions you use her, and certain missions
you
use
switch
the guy
back and forth like you do. And
I just wish they'd give us. I wish there could be a co-op story mode.
You never know, right?
I would love to have a co-op story mode.
Like, some of the random stuff, and no one knows for sure. But
at this point, all of this was a teaser. This
the stuff I've read online is there's going to be like 3 different like major cities you can go to, and a bunch of smaller cities you can go to, and I think it was like 70% of the buildings you should be able to walk into and shit like that.
Wow. Yeah, if that's true, that's crazy. But again, I think what they're doing with this is, I think when they looked at 5, they looked at like yo, people are still playing that game like crazy now. And that game is 10 years old, right? Or something like that. Because it first came out on when like the 360 and the PS3s were the game systems. Because I owned it on PS3 and PS4. So and then I know you can upgrade it on PS5 too, so, or Xbox, whichever, So if they're looking at that going, okay, well, we're not going to we're going to put a new game out every couple years. We're going to do one game, robust version of it, and just release chunks every so often and make this a 10-year game. I think all those things are really goals they should shoot for, really. To keep the game really interesting.
Live service games like Fortnite and Warzone and all that shit, I mean, in theory, they can keep just releasing stuff for it,
Yeah, exactly.
And if they're smart, the big stuff they'll just put out for free,
Yes.
But
that's what they've done on 5. I mean, you look at it, there really hasn't been DLC so much. I mean, there has been, but it's more like the entrepreneur pack or whatever.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that where you can get like money and you get some cars and you by buying that, remember that allowed you to get the free penthouse in the casino, that kind of stuff. So it's like they can do shit like that and still rake in shit tons of money off of it, I'm sure. So
is at the end of the trailer, it was like coming 2025. So we still got over a year.
Yeah. I thought it was funny too, because a lot of people are like, holy shit, it's only a year away. And I'm like, slow down, because it doesn't say what part of 2025. And as someone I saw earlier today pointed out, and there's a great point, Rockstar's notorious for having delays on their games. So, there's also that possibility as well. So it's like we got to pump the brakes a little bit, because it's still going to be a while.
What gets me is PlayStation 5 and the new Xbox, they've been out for a couple years now. So a couple years down the line, you got GTA 6.
Yeah.
So when's the next console coming out?
That's the thing, is I know the companies have said in the past they would like the cycles of the systems to be about
great
10
for me,
years.
Because I'm always late to the party.
Because they right, me too. And because they make, by the time you know how it is, it takes them a while to start really profiting off the console, and then once they start profiting, also usually by then they're putting out like a pro version or a slim version or a blah blah, some other version. So now, so they discount the old ones, and then usually those new ones are whatever. So it can take them a while to really, they profit obviously, but to make the big money that they make, it's years into the cycle. So they don't want to have to put another one out every 5 years, And really, I think they should push that narrative this time, because it's like both of these systems are pretty powerful systems. And you look at the games that are out for them and how they look, it's like, I can't imagine you're really going to push much more other than like storage features.
Yeah.
For a little bit. You can have more processing power and stuff, and the games can be a little faster. But they took such a leap with these new ones, in speed and load times and stuff versus the previous gen, that I feel like this should be good for 10 years.
I hope so.
Whether or not, I don't know. Yeah, me too. Especially at the $500 price point. It's like, I can't keep jumping into these every time. It takes a while.
I mean, I'm pretty pumped. I mean, the trailer looks so good.
It does. Yeah. I mean, no matter what, I've bought every GTA game they've ever put out. Pretty well, not every. There's a couple for like, I think the PSP maybe had one.
Yeah, there's those weird
offshoot
ones or whatever. But
but all the way to the first GTA, I bought it on PlayStation or whatever
since
it was.
We first played Grand Theft Auto 3, and I was just like, "Holy shit! What is this open world nonsense?" Yeah, and it's just like I've been all. Exactly.
Yeah. Now here's a question though: if they put it out and it's $100,
I would be like those motherfuckers, but I'd probably still buy it. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Me too. Yeah. That's the thing, is like a game like that, like I said, if you're telling me you're going to get 5 to how many ever years of gameplay out of this, I'm not going to bitch probably at that price point. Now, am I going to want all the games they hit that point? Absolutely not. But, an occasional game hitting that, it's like,
that would
I could
be my
see
hang up
it,
with it, is if they say, let's even get outrageous. Let's say it's $130. Just a number to throw out there. And people jump on it because it's Grand Theft Auto 6. Other game companies are going to go,
Yeah.
And it's like, with Grand Theft Auto, I get it, because like you were saying, the online is endless. And even the single player,
so much replay value.
I mean, I've beaten the story, but I could go in and I'm not even nowhere near 100%ing the game. There's still a ton of shit I could do in that game.
Oh yeah. That's why I said the replay value is
the amount of content you get. I'm not mad at it.
It's similar to how Blizzard has done games, where like the previous Diablos and stuff, they gave you so much stuff for free, so many updates and blah 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 over time, and not just Diablo. I know in other Blizzard games they're known for this, and it's like, so it helps justify even if they wanted to charge a little bit more for those games, because it's like, well, they're gonna throw in shit along the way. And like GTA, remember when they unveiled the casino? It was like, holy shit, this is not just a whole new building, but it, all the new heists and different missions you could do and all this other stuff that it opened up at the same time. So it really was like, here's free DLC that we could have easily charged you $20 for, or $30, and I mean,
that's the thing, because so many people buy those shark cards to, but
for sure. Yeah. They sell all the microtransactions,
and that's,
where they're making their huge
that's like going back to Fortnite. It's free to play. But boy, they make tons of money off it.
Oh, they sure do. Sure do. Yeah. I know it sucks though. It's like when you see a trailer like this, because you're just like, you kind of get that itch a little bit, and you're like, man, I got to really pump the brakes, because it's at least
bare
a year
minimum
away.
It's over a year right now.
Yeah, and that's if it launches in January. It's a year away, and it's like, odds are it won't launch in January. It could though. A game like that could launch any time of the year, and it'll sell a crap ton. They don't have to wait for Christmas to move units of that, for sure. But I saw a guy today that was like, well, I finally hit the point where I got fooled by a video game that I thought it was real, when the woman's like twerking on top of the car. He's like, he's like, leave it to entertainment to make it be like, ass shaking is what finally completely confused me into thinking it was real footage. And I was like, yeah, I've had a few moments like that occasionally in games, where something just, you're just like, man, that looks real.
In that trailer, there's a spot where they pan across like a wetland, and there's flamingos and shit in it, and it looks fucking real.
Yeah. That's why I said it's really weird, because usually those scenes come from a computer, meaning that's on the PC version, But like I said, I haven't seen anything talking about the PC version. All I saw was like coming to PlayStation and Xbox in 2025. So it's like, this is interesting.
Fuck you, PC players.
So, yeah.
Woo.
Well, the cool part with the PC players is like, I won't buy. I'm not a PC player, but the part that I love, obviously, is seeing how people mod things. The mods are by far the most fun thing to see. When people are like, "Hey, look, I'm Macho Man running around." Shit like that. It's good time.
Good clean fun, man.
Yeah. So that was, obviously, and they ended up having to leak the trailer early, because I don't think it was supposed to come out until today. I think, but it got leaked on social media. So Rockstar was like, "Well, fuck it, we might as well just put it out, because somebody got a hold of it." And I was wondering why yesterday, for a while, I kept seeing pictures, of the end thing where it just says 6 on it. And I was like, okay, I was like, people must be getting jazzed about like one more day or whatever. And then I finally saw, I was like, oh, they released it, so I was like, oh, well,
I just saw it on some random social media when I was at work. I was like, oh, well, I know what I'm watching when I get home today. Got to check out the trailer.
Yeah. Right. Like I said, it was just a teaser. So it's just like, here's stuff to kind of hype you for the game, but there's not like, hey, we're introducing this, or any details on anything.
Yeah.
Right. Other than we meet the protagonists, I assume they're both playable, like you said, because of the last one. I would think that you'd be able to go between the two, or, certain missions are one and certain missions are the other, or both, or whatever. You play one of the characters in the mission. So should be fun though, because they all have been so far. And what's weird though is it kind of makes you, with games like that, it's like everybody always wants new shit, but also it's like you can't. It's kind of like Bethesda, right? Like Bethesda gets a bunch of shit for basically just putting out the same game, but just putting a different skin on it. Like Starfield has basically been called like Skyrim and Space, that kind of thing, right? Right. So they're pretty much known for that, but also there's a whole contingent of people that's exactly what they want. Right? Like there's a group of Metallica fans that wanted Metallica to put out the same album every time. But then there's also a huge group of them that would be like, these all sound the same.
What are you guys, AC/DC?
So, yeah. So, it's kind of funny how I'm with GTA every time. I'm always like, okay, what are they going to change? And what are they going to go, we should probably leave that the same, because people really like this of the game. But man, if those rumors are true about the giant, like, because I'm with you, I read some of the rumors that are like that the city is going to be like 3 times the map size of 5. 5 has a huge map. I mean, it takes a while to drive from one end of that map to the top of that map, or fly it, So I can't imagine. Hopefully, there's better fast travel options or something. So, but probably not in
you gotta
GTA.
Walk.
Well, you know how it is. A lot of GTA missions are, the whole point seemingly is you go way over here to pick something up. Now you have to go to the furthest point on the map from that in the slowest vehicle possible and elude things in faster vehicles that are shooting at you.
You need to take this crate of cocaine from this tree down to the docks 300 miles away using a pogo stick. Like, what?
Basically.
All right.
Okay. And there's going to be a lot of people driving after you,
members
shooting
and cops shooting at you.
Don't forget that. Right. And every time the cocaine gets shot, some leaks out. So you have to try to get at least 50% of it delivered.
That sounds about right.
Like, what?
Pure GTA right there.
Because I don't know if you've done for the bikers clubhouse, you can go get booze for them.
Yeah.
And basically, you have a truck of booze and you have to try to get as much of the booze back to the, it's similar to the toxic waste thing in Saints Row, It's where obviously a bunch of shit's going sideways as they try to derail you from getting any booze to your location.
Pieces of shit.
Jerks. Yeah. Jerks. Yeah. Anyway. So my week's been pretty boring too. Or not boring, I should say. It is just whatever. It hasn't been anything real exciting or anything like that. Just when I haven't gone out a whole lot because it's Christmassy time and it's the worst time of the year to go anywhere.
You don't want to hear Mariah Carey.
So honestly, I don't care about that. That doesn't bother me that much. I mean, I worked retail through Christmas, but fortunately, the retail I worked was video stores, so we played movies, So I got tired of certain movies, of course. But when I worked at Best Buy, it was Christmas music. But that was back when you didn't play Christmas music until December.
Yeah, now you start
basically,
in like April.
Or at least Friday. Yeah. So it was bad, but it wasn't as bad. Plus, in Best Buy, there was always that like hum of the store. Like you just hear the crowd, that white noise of the crowd kind of in the store. So it didn't bother me as much. I did go out the other night with Jeannie, and we were both hungry. We ended up over at BJ's, and because she's like, they're never busy. Let's go over there. I'm like, okay, dude, they were slammed.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that place sucks.
Yeah, I've been there. This is my 4th time, I think, there, and it's fine. Whatever. They're overpriced. That's my biggest problem. Like I got a 2-hearted. It was like $8.75 for a pint. That's too much for a 2-hearted. Yeah. But that's why I only got one. I did not get a second one. But So, we got over there and the guy was like, it'll only be like 5 minutes. We're like, okay. And nothing at the bar. That bar was full. Like that whole place was packed. And it was like, every time I've been in here, you can just walk right up to the bar. I've been in there on the weekends at dinner time. It's just, and I felt so bad. The server was like, she's like, the last 3 days we've had like nobody in here. She's like, and I'm like, well, I'm glad then. I was like, hopefully they tip real well and, kind of make up for your awful week. Cause you still got bills due, and you've had to just stand there with your thumb up your ass getting paid like 5 cents an hour or whatever they make, So yeah, but yeah, we did that and it was fine. It was whatever. I watched, a server dump a glass of water on a lady. Like he had it on his tray and as he went to grab the glass. It must have been wet on the outside, just slipped right out of his hand, just dumped all over her lap. I was like, well, somebody's getting their meal comped probably. So, I mean, I've had a whole glass of decent Rono dumped down my back at Olive Garden.
Well, you were family.
So, yeah, apparently that's how they treat family. They just dump liquor down your back.
You like amaretto? Ha!
So, yeah, I was like, you could have just, gave it to me instead. But yeah, it was somebody else's, so yeah, had to go get that. But that's basically really all I've done. I went to the post office yesterday, which was a, bit of a madhouse, but
the old bad, shit show, I presume.
Yeah, I mean, there was an older lady that couldn't decide what stamps she wanted, and I was like, they got a big sign of what they've got in. Maybe you could have made that decision before you were up here, but
I mean, you should have introduced her to some Riverdance stamps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here's the newest one.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, I will say this though, she did have a really festive cane, so. Her cane was all decked out in like Christmas stuff. Like she had tinsel around her cane. It was pretty boss, but yeah. So, but I still was just like, I just need to get a delivery or my dumbass forgot when I printed a label out. I forgot to put signature confirmation on it. And I was like, son of a bitch. So I was like, now I got to go stand in line and have them add this to it. So
how dare you, Brian?
My lesson.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah. Felt bad for the woman in front of me though, because she apparently her ex recently moved out and he put in a stoppage for his mail. They stopped all the mail to the house. So she hasn't been getting her mail. And she's like, I didn't really notice until she's like, I had some packages that showed delivered. And I was like, they're not so much here. Then she goes, and I looked online and it showed, like at the post office basically. So and then the guy comes out. He's just got this handful of mail and packages.
Were they all like dick shaped? Naturally,
yes. They were like, obnoxious.
This one was vibrating for 3 days. It finally stopped.
Right. It finally stopped when I put it in my ass.
Bro, I had to clamp down on it.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Really had to clench. I was like, yeah. And she's like, can you please make sure that only his mail gets stopped? And in my head, I'm waiting for the guy to be like, well, we could only do that if he's here, like. But no, they were actually, really helpful to her. So manager came over and, of course, apologized and gave her some free mail.
You're someone else's mail. Enjoy.
Yeah. This is from Amazon. Happy Christmas. Like, all right.
I mean, I guess. Okay, cool.
And everywhere else, if they screw you up, they comp something to you. I mean, one post office can't
really
comp
they can't do shit for you.
Here's some stamps, I don't.
Like, I tell you what, we're going to take you off one of the lists. One of the junk mail lists. That's our gift to you.
Right.
You're still on the over 42.
Right now, and again, since this is a pretty minor situation, it's going to be one of the lower lists, the ones you only get like once a month.
The town money saver.
You're not really going to notice. Yeah, yeah. Like you're not going to really notice.
You know that envelope of coupons that you look through and then throw away? Yeah.
Oh,
that's what we're going to take you off of.
Yeah. Dude, it's so funny. For years, the only reason I looked through there was they were randomly inserting like cash in them. which I never understood, because literally somebody's probably just throwing a $50 bill in the trash. It's like they really should put a check in there or something of that effect, so that if it gets thrown away, you're not actually just destroying legal tender. But whatever. Then they went to like movie tickets, and I'm like, this is not as valuable as $50 cash. Now it would be, but back then it wasn't. That's when movies were still like
now
$7.
You have to take out a mortgage.
Yeah.
I guess.
As it should be.
I mean, the last time we went to the movie theater, I was definitely not enchanted with the experience. Yeah, it's like I'd rather just sit home.
I know, but well, one of my friends, his kids want to go see whatever Wish, that new Disney movie, and he's like, and I was like, no, it'll be on Disney Plus in like 2 months, and it'll be like $60 for us to go see it in the damn theater. By the time we buy tickets and get some popcorn and stuff, and I was like, yeah, and it's like, and somebody else was like, well, you don't have to get, and it's like, fuck you, yeah, you do, like, you don't just go see a movie, you got to get some popcorn.
What are you, a fucking animal?
Like me, I got to get something to drink. Yeah, come on. It's the only place you can get that air quote butter. Really.
It was across the Spider-Verse. That's what we saw. And we smuggled in candy, still bought popcorn and pop. And
you did.
Yeah, hell yeah. And it was still not a cheap, and we went to the matinee.
Yeah.
It was still not a cheap.
Like it used to be. Yeah. Matinee used to be like almost half price. It'd be like $7 for a $10 type ticket. But I think it's like 8 something now, isn't it? And it's like over 10 for a regular ticket, I think, or something. It's like, it just doesn't feel like you're really saving a whole lot.
The worst part was, after it was all said and done, we spent that money, the people that went and saw the movie, like, what are you doing? You paid for this. Get off your phone. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Why'd you bring a baby?
Right.
Like Colorado theater shooter, I get you now.
Yeah. Oof. I'm with you. I don't understand people doing that stuff. I'm on my phone a lot, but it's like if I'm sitting in a movie or something, it's like I want to watch the damn movie.
Yeah, I'm here for the
movie.
If
I'm watching a movie at home, it's a different story.
Oh yeah.
I probably will be on my phone most of the time.
Depends on
unless
the movie.
The movie really grabs me.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm super invested, I'm in.
Yeah, right. Like if I was watching that, was it Godzilla -1 or whatever that's out?
Oh yeah,
that looks pretty amazing. That I'd probably be putting my phone down for. But everything else, I mean, if I'm going to see Wish, I'm for sure on my phone the whole time.
Yeah, wishing for something more entertaining.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. It's Disney's movies are usually whatever. But
I just know if I'm going to the theater and someone's like, "Let's go see Wish," I'm just gonna be like, "Really?"
I have a better
idea. Go see Sack Lunch.
I'll go see whatever else is playing at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be out here playing Dance Dance Revolution for 2 hours.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'll be out here staring at the trash can.
You could find me at Black Rock, sitting in a greasy bar stool because of the steaks cooked on rocks, having beers.
Yeah, nice.
Have you ever walked into that restaurant?
No,
I haven't. Like slick feet? Because there's like fat everywhere. It's insane. Like you can feel it when you walk in there. It's like, wow, people eat here. This is fucking gross.
So I think the key is you go in there first, then you go in the movie theater, and it should neutralize the stickiness of the floor at the theater. Right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Between the two, you should get an average.
It should balance out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 100%. You could take your pants off and risky business in there. 100%.
And this because can confirm.
Can
right?
confirm. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I assume they just have an area there for that.
They should. The risky business room.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, get your cameras ready, for your friend as they're sliding by. Oh, even better yet, they do like the amusement parks and stuff do, where they take the picture for you and then try to sell it to you.
Yeah, exactly. Yelling at you not to take pictures of the screens.
Yeah. Stop it. How else are we going to sell all this shit here?
You don't. That's the fun part.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it was pretty chill week.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. I'm probably going to go out, grab some, I had to run to Aldi's to grab the, another bag of the red chicken yesterday. Yeah. So got in there and got out of there really. I was so disappointed because, last time I went to Aldi, I had that amazing experience with that woman.
Oh, yeah.
This time I just, I got to hear a woman tell the cashier about how she was cleaning and found an Aldi gift card. And I was like, well, that's pretty awesome. Cause she's like, I don't get paid till Friday and I needed some stuff. I was like, well, you hit it there for that reason, apparently,
I mean, when we went to Aldi, all I wanted to do was get a whole chicken so I could make chicken soup. Yeah. And there was just a gaggle of old women right in front of it. And they wouldn't I wanted a Goldberg speared as cotton candy haired weirdo right into the goddamn cases.
If wrestling has taught me anything, you don't spear into a group. What you do is you got to get up higher and then moonsault into the group.
True.
Because, if one person throws themselves into like 20 people, everyone will fall.
That's true.
If you think about it, wrestling has always told us that. And wrestling never lies to us.
Wrestling never lies. Yeah.
I need that as a T-shirt. Wrestling never lies.
Yeah, it really should be. Yeah, no, I couldn't. Like, I'm just standing there, like, and they just completely ignoring my. I even walked away and then came back, and it was a different lady standing in front of whole chickens.
It was the same woman. She just put a mask on.
Just had a lampshade on.
Yeah.
You rascal.
I'm the chicken guard.
Yeah, I was pretty annoyed by that, but whatever.
Right.
If that's the least of my problems, I'm still doing okay. So.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's And then, it was like it was funny because I'm like, I'm just going in for red bag chicken. And you know how it is. You never come out with just whatever you went in for. You always grab, I should get this and this, right?
Usually it's red bag chicken and a bag of Haribo that I eat on my way home.
Naturally. Of course. So I had an armful of shit. I grabbed some Clancy's Cheetos and, some other shit while I was, necessities.
Fudge and robed peanut butter cookies.
I actually have two things of them here already.
That's not possible.
Yeah.
As soon as we have them, they're gone. So having two of them is not possible.
So I skipped that, but I still do the quick tour of the frozen stuff just to see if there's anything new.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing. I always go down the discount aisle because God only knows what'll be down that aisle.
You got to go down the weird aisles. I love the weird aisles. Yeah.
Right. The problem was down the weird aisles was I think that group that was guarding your chicken was there guarding that aisle because literally there were people stopped on both sides to where when I first walked up, I'm like, oh man, don't tell me these are the lines.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, these people are just standing.
Yeah, these people are just idiots.
They're not even really shopping. They're just standing here. Okay. So I looked at what I could look at and I just fuck it and just kept going.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, but so it gave me a cart, up front that I didn't have, I walk out and
what that means? Free quarter.
Well, I'm putting the stuff in the car or into bags, in the car. And, this lady walks up and she's like, oh, here, I'll trade you. And she's looking everywhere for her quarter. And I was like, don't even worry about it. I was like, they gave this to me. I'm paying it forward. And she's like, okay, well, I'll make sure I pay it forward, when I come out. I'm like, cool.
I've done that before. If you get a free cart.
Yeah.
Is you see somebody and you're like, here you go. And they're like, oh, quarter. I'm like, nah, I'm good. But if I don't see anybody, Brian, that's a free quarter.
Yeah. Right. No, you're right.
That's an investment.
It is. Yeah. That's how I have 3 quarters in the car now.
Exactly. That's how the rich get richer.
I started with 1. I have 3 now.
Exactly. This is good business.
Yeah.
Dave Ramsey calls this the Aldi plan. 1 quarter at a time.
Yeah. 1 quarter every time you go to Aldi. So, twice a month I'm getting rich.
Getting rich, bitch.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's about it, though. I really haven't done much this week. It's really looking back at it. Yeah, well, I was supposed to record with Heno at some point, but Silly Goose went and got himself pneumonia.
I saw that on the internet. His poor lungs. They're so full of fluid.
Yeah, and this time it's from a sickness. Yeah, it was. I was like, okay, well, I guess we're not doing that. So, yeah, just watching the feet ball and whatever. Since there is a game on pretty much every day.
Yeah, it's that time of year.
So, although that's slowing down because it'll pick back up for bowl season. But right now, it's kind of I don't know if there's any games on through the week.
Right.
As far as college, because literally between college and pros, you can watch a game every day of the week.
Yeah, it's really good for the sports betting field.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Yeah.
So weird. These freaking powders that have no color, which I'm fine with because I know colors will fuck you up.
Right.
But it's just weird. You shake it up and they look at it and they're like, did I do anything?
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, it tastes like refreshing raspberries.
Yeah. It's just some random drug that they lace it with.
I hope so.
Yeah, that's fair.
So I'm the mouth tape king, right?
Yeah, right. I guess.
Yeah. So last night we're getting ready to go to bed, and I'm like, rip the tape off, and it like folded in half, and I'm like, oh fuck, nice. And I unpeeled it and put myself in a hostage situation, right?
Yeah, right.
Wake up at like 3 a.m, and my nose hurts, my mouth hurts, my throat hurts, and I've got like Optimus Prime with the tape. So the part that folded over, the tackiness betrayed me and derailed.
Oh,
and then of course I do the blind reach, and I'm all by myself. Fucking tape, bro.
Yeah,
that is the one thing
you got to go all the way around your head a couple of times.
Apparently, over my nose too.
Right? Yeah.
Like that's the one thing I've noticed is like if I taper down, and then I wake up in the middle of the night and you got to take a leak, it's like, wow, that's a complete waste of tape now. Because I'm not walking to the bathroom like, What if I got to get a drink of water? What if I got to yell at the cat?
Well, you just pour the water up your nose.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. I can still get in there, right?
It's true. I'll keister it.
Yeah, you're right. Or if you got to yell at the cat,
if you got to yell at the cat.
Weird.
Exactly.
Yeah. I hear you. I guess all you can do in that scenario is just, not get out of bed.
Yeah, I'd love that. Do you know how many times I've been like, man, I wish I had like one of those piss bottles right here.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I know it's cold out there, and as soon as I start moving, I'm going to start waking up.
Yeah.
Like all I want to do is just roll over and just piss.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, you could.
I could.
Just don't roll towards Michelle. That's rude.
Well, no, I do, and then in the morning I go, "What'd you do?"
You're right. That's
you Hannibal.
Yeah. I thought you were housebroken. Yeah, I get it. You're right. That's for sure the better move.
Like I'm not gonna lie. If I lived in the country and I had a window by my bed, I would just roll over and just piss out the window. But like how it is right now, well, I don't even sleep on the side of the bed where the window is, but I'd just be like pissing in my neighbor's driveway, basically.
I mean, that's fair though.
Yeah, it's true.
Just as long as they're, probably don't do it when they're right there.
I mean, if they're out there yelling, it's the perfect time to do it.
Yeah. Like, oh man, how about this rain? You're just pissing on them.
Yeah, crazy guys. Yeah, I've thought about that before. I'm like, man, if I could just hose out this window, I'd be so happy.
Yeah. I've known people who've kept like one of those hospital bottles next to the bed.
I just don't want to be responsible for it later.
I know, right? That's always the weird. It's like when you go into the doctor's office and they hand you the cup for the urine sample. It's like where my doctor's office is. They actually have a thing that you could set it on and it'll like turn and it would go into the lab.
Yeah, it's like the spooky secret door.
Yeah, but they don't ever use it.
What?
They're always like, here's a cup. Bring this back to me when you're done. I'm like,
now I gotta walk around with hot piss.
Yeah, and remember that it's not a drink.
Yes, exactly. Like who wants a pickleback?
Yeah. Muscle piss right in the face. Oh man. So yeah. So I usually like rip off a paper towel, first, and then that way I can set it on there and just hold the towel. I always go back in and wash my hands again. But I'm like, wash my hands multiple times. $1
million idea. Piss cup koozies.
Are they disposable or are you just real washable? I guess.
I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Yeah. You just put it in your pocket when you're done with it.
Yeah.
Like any other koozie.
I don't know that this is that much more hygienic, but all right. I like the idea though. Can you imagine walking back into the room and you got a koozie?
You got a little koozie. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, keeping it warm. Duh.
Yeah. Duh. Yeah. Like, we don't actually need it to stay warm. Like
you want it on ice?
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Or you prefer your piss on the rocks?
Yeah, you should have told me. I can supply the rocks too. They're not cold, but
they sure do hurt.
Clink, clink. You don't mind a little color with your urine, do you?
Exactly.
It's gonna be red.
Yeah, you You like your fresh piss with just a little streak of blood in it?
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't,
Here
right?
we go.
It's the only way to have it.
Yeah, I always thought that was weird, too, whenever it's like piss test time and you just walk around with a cup of urine.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, at the same time, I've also done the, like, trucker bottle piss when I was working on the road a lot. Right. And that's weird, too, because, like, you're holding this bottle and it just suddenly becomes, like, this warm bottle in your hand.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know I've done that, too. I remember, you know, on long trips, we do that once in a while, especially if it's like there's no, I mean, you could pull over, but, you know, otherwise there's nowhere to go because there's no rest area anywhere nearby because you're rolling through fucking Podunk, West Virginia or something. Exactly. And it's like you're lucky if there's an outhouse on the side of the road somewhere, you know?
Correct.
Well, the whole side of the road is an outhouse, basically, when you're traveling, but, you know.
The old trucker bomb.
Yeah. I mean, that I've never done. I've never done it and then, like, winged it out the window. I won't do that, but...
I mean, I have.
I would
not gonna
just
lie.
keep it until I got somewhere to throw it away. But, yeah. Nah, I can't. I just can't do that. It's too far for me. But I think it's funny, like, well, luckily, too, where I go, like, the bathroom is literally right next door to the lab. So, you know, you just walk out and walk right into the lab. But it's just funny because it's like they put on gloves and it's like, well, you didn't offer me any gloves for doing this.
Yeah, exactly,
like,
right?
Yeah. Like, or you could have went in and handled everything for me.
Yeah, like I'll just drop trow and you milk me.
Yeah. Then I'll piss.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you don't want to, you got to do that afterwards for good.
Oh, of course.
You know, you don't want to get any not STI, urinary tract infection.
Yeah, for sure. You got to, you know, clear out the tubing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know, that's just good health right there.
Just makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like, geez, I thought, are you a healthcare professional or are you not?
Yeah, exactly. Like I thought you went to school for this shit.
Like, I'm a phlebotomist. I stick needles and things. Like, okay, well, let's slow down. I for sure don't want a needle there.
Yeah, no, we're not into that.
Yeah, I'm good there.
Yeah.
Yikes! It was like I was listening to a story on I can't remember if it was on Risk or The Moth, and a guy talks about, you know, being a phlebotomist and how there was a guy he couldn't get a draw on, and he was like, you know, I won't say where, but I finally got a draw, and the first thing I'm thinking is like, oh boy, I hope like old Johnny Veiny dick here. And
exactly.
Like, where are you pulling from? Like,
oh, I see you got one of them Snickers veins.
Yeah. But it turned out where it was at actually was apparently there's some real small veins in between the like where your knuckle is and your finger.
Oh, I've seen people go in there before, yeah.
And that's where he pulled it from. And he was like, you know, a lot of people kind of freak out about that. I was like, oh, okay. Because my mind didn't think anywhere near there. I was thinking, like you know,
it tries twice on your arm, like, all right, drop your pants.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Like, try the other arm. Nope.
Nope. Top of the foot? Nope. Neck? No. What we find is if we can't get it in the right arm, the next place is the dick.
Yeah, clearly dick vein.
Then we go left arm.
Yeah. Then we go balls.
Yeah, then we go balls. Yeah. Yikes. We're actually finding that the taint is actually a great place to find veins.
Exactly.
Someone needs you to drop trow, bend over, and say,
Yeah, put your feet up in these stirrups. Yep. We got to put the IV in.
Yep. Grab them cheeks.
Oh my God. Oh
like, I don't think I'm coming back here.
Like, yeah, that's what they all say.
Yeah, whatever. I'll see you in a month.
Shit. Well, that's fun stuff.
After you're done, the guy's like, "You want a happy ending?" Like, what?
Yeah, that's when I draw a smiley face on your Band-Aid.
Yeah. I don't think this place is reputable at all. But I'll see you again in a week.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you did come to the Happy Lily phlebotomist.
Right, the drawn tug. Yeah.
Yeah. The drawn tug.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're gonna need 5 vials and a handy stat.
Yeah. Wait, what are the vials for? Like, wait, what are you here for? Like, it's like a blood bank and a sperm bank in one. And it's like, and they come in with 5 vials. And be like, okay, what are you taking today?
Oh, this is full service today.
Yeah. Whatever we can get.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, my God.
Well, you've waited 3 days. We told you to wait between fabbing, right?
Oh, my God.
Yep.
Good times.
Indeed.
Hear about the people dying at Panera, Brian?
What? No.
What? Yeah, you haven't heard this?
Oh,
no. My goodness.
I mean, Panera is known for killing people.
It is known for killing people.
I mean, they're not. I'm just...
apparently, they're selling these things called charged lemonades.
Okay.
Which are, it's a large lemonade to contain up to 390 milligrams of caffeine.
Oof. All right.
And they come in cups as large as 30 ounces, and they are free to refill. And so far, 2 people have died.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen some people really over the last couple of years because of energy drinks and shit really starting to call for maybe there should be a limit on caffeine.
Oh, I've definitely had like, especially Starbucks coffee. If I actually get it from Starbucks, if I get a large, dude, like that, there's sometimes I'm like, I might die today. You know?
Yeah.
Like your whole body's like vibrating. And this guy, he was 46 from Florida. Weird. He had a charged lemonade that had 2 refills and dropped dead on the sidewalk while walking home.
Jesus. Yeah.
And then before that was a college student in Philadelphia, which she was only 21.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think, a lot of people don't realize too, like a friend of mine that's a doctor talks about this to us, that, if you have any sort of underlying heart condition, those things can fuck you up.
Yeah.
And then you see there's people who that's all they drink all day. It's just Red Bull after Red Bull or whatever their energy drink of choice is.
I work with a guy that anytime you see him, he's walking around with a like a Bang or a Monster.
Yeah.
Every time you see him.
Yeah.
And it's like doesn't matter what time of day it is either.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's insane to me because I like my caffeine.
Do you sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy my caffeine, but there's a certain time of day I got to cut her off. Like,
right.
I mean, I had a Coke Zero.
Like 10 a.m.
Yeah, basically. Like I had a Coke Zero and I was drinking it going, I shouldn't be drinking this.
I was wondering about that because I saw that it was a Coke Zero and I was like, oh,
it just sounded good,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. But I mean, like I have bought Coke Zero caffeine free before.
Oh, I didn't even know they made that atrocity.
Yeah, I know it is. It is a war crime.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for the I mean, because I probably will have a hard time falling asleep tonight, honestly.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Which I understand because it's, like you said, for you, if a person's sensitive, like I've never really been sensitive to caffeine, like that I'm aware of, and I mean, you remember back in like fucking high school, I was chugging Mountain Dew like a maniac. And I never was like, oh my God, I can see through time, or anything like that. I've never been one that really seems to affect, other than if I don't have it, I do get a withdrawal from it, even though I only drink about 1 can of pop a day now. That's caffeinated. If I have another one, I try not to have a caffeinated one. I switch to like Sprite or a root beer or something like that.
Like if I don't have my morning coffee, it's hell.
Yeah.
But I'm at this weird predicament now where after I have my morning coffee, I've been getting fucking wicked heartburn.
Oh, good time.
And I'm like, well, what do I do now?
Yeah. Well, I think it's obvious. You just start popping Tums and keep
what do you think is in my desk at work? A thing of Tums, bro.
I know. It's so funny when I see those Tums commercials and it's like, are you fighting with food? And it shows somebody eating like cheese sticks or something. And then they get, and it's like, oh, just have Tums. And then it goes back to eat. I'm like, that's not what you're supposed to do. Like you're supposed to probably start limiting those foods. Like once in a while, sure, right? Like, you got to have something a little spicy, or you got to have a pizza or something that's, maybe going to, repeat on you. But other than that, it's like, yeah, you should probably be changing how you eat for a little while.
Nah, that's what Tums are for, bro.
Yeah, apparently that's, according to the commercials, that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you feel like you're dying right now? Have a Tums to get back in there.
You're right. Yeah, I saw a few months ago where I don't remember, it was a politician or somebody was like kind of going after those what's it, Prime, I think it is, the Logan Paul sports drink, or not sports drink, energy drink, because they were talking about how it has like obnoxious levels of caffeine in it. And I was like, yeah. And the problem is, like I was saying a little bit, like you got those people that drink them like they're water, basically. Yeah. And man, when you're knocking 6, 7 of those down a day, it's like this is dangerous. You really
shit adds up, man.
Yeah. And just that spike is terrible for your body. Not to mention, I mean, I know a lot of those are sugar-free, but there are also a lot of people don't drink the sugar-free ones also.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Like if I have one, it has to be a sugar-free because I cannot do. That's the only time I think I find that I'm sensitive to caffeine is from like a giant energy drink. If I drink the whole thing,
a full sugar one.
Yeah, usually afterwards, I'm like, I can feel that my blood pressure is really up.
Because like I could drink a 0 sugar Monster and I'm fine.
Yeah, I think it's the combination of the caffeine and the sugar.
Oh yeah,
that I start going, whoa, this is too much.
Yeah.
know?
Well, like you're drinking a caffeinated sparkling ice right now, right?
For sure.
There
0
you
sugar.
Go. Yeah.
Yep.
But
you're right. Yeah, because if these had sugar in them, I don't think I could. I don't know that I could drink them.
Well, it's like the thing with my coffee is,
I don't even know how much caffeine's in them, but
it's so hot in the morning.
Yeah.
Like I do nurse it. It takes a while to drink my coffee in the morning, especially because I put it in my travel mug, which keeps it hot forever. It seems like
it does. Yeah.
But like if I had an energy drink in the morning, like a lot of guys I work with, like that thing's gone in minutes because it's cold and I just crush it.
Yeah. Obviously it's easier to chug something cold, right? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing too is I think a lot of people think that those energy drinks are meant to be to sustain your energy level, and they're not. That much like coffee and stuff. It's like it's really meant to just be a kick in the ass.
Yeah.
Because that's how, like with me, I wake up, I'm dragging ass. If I get a little caffeine in me, usually it's like, okay, let's go, kind of thing. Like I'm not like woo, but you know what I mean. Like it's like, okay, I got enough in me to have some energy to go.
Yeah.
And it's really what they're meant for is just to be a kick in the pants. They're not really supposed to be something you drink all damn day.
Yeah, no. But people love their legal speed, bro.
Oh, for sure. Dude, I saw somebody, I don't remember what store I was in. I saw a dude fucking pop 2 5-hour energies back to back.
I've witnessed that at work as well.
I'm like, just because there's a little doesn't mean like, bro, that's concentrated. Like that's like if you shotgun 2 of your energy drinks back to back. That's a terrible idea. Like put a water in there somewhere. Space them out a little bit. But also a lot of people don't realize like the amount of time that energy gives you. I think like a cup of coffee is supposed to give you like 15 minutes to half an hour of energy. Then it kind of trails off. So it's like you really aren't, you're just going to be peaks and valleys all damn day.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's so bad for your body. But yeah, anyway.
I mean,
not that I'm Johnny Health over here, but
I mean, the days where like I have a hard time sleeping and I'll do a coffee and then around lunch I'll get a Monster.
Yeah.
Those peaks and valleys are the worst, like the valleys especially.
Right.
Yeah, you want to feel like death,
Who doesn't? A liquid death, you mean? A refreshing water beverage.
I mean, those are refreshing. But it'll be like 4 o'clock, and I'm just like dying at work, and it's like I can't do another energy drink. I just have to make it and get home and go to bed at a decent time.
Yeah, it's like I get it though, right? Like when you have a shit night of sleep, and it's like, man, I need something to help me through. Like I fully understand those days.
Yeah,
I just can't understand the people who it's like this is their norm.
I know, right?
Oh my God. It's similar to like if you saw somebody eating like a double quarter pounder every day for lunch, you're like, how are you alive?
Yeah, exactly.
Like
someone needs to put this guy down and cut him open and study him.
Yeah. It's like, I understand you need protein, bro, but that much? Like, I don't know, man. It seems dangerous, but hey, you do you.
You do you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of yawning and shit, maybe I will have a good time falling asleep today.
Maybe. Maybe you're stronger than that Coke Zero.
Nah, I'm not.
You're not.
I know how it is. I'll be tired now. As soon as I go upstairs and brush my teeth and lay down, I'm like, man, I'm awake.
I'm watching Monday Night Football last night, which was actually a pretty entertaining game, despite Joe Burrow being out for the Bengals, and then partway through the game, what's the name? Lawrence is his last name. The quarterback of the Jags, he got hurt. So there was literally 2 backup quarterbacks playing this game, but it went to overtime.
Wow,
and you know, it was actually a pretty entertaining game. Well, I'm sitting there, dude. I mean, I'm fighting to stay awake.
Right.
You know, I'm like, man, and I slept like trash the night before, and I know why. You know, I knew why. That's why I was fighting it, and I'm like, man, as soon as this game's over, I'm going to bed. You know,
right. I'm dying right now.
Same thing, right? I go and brush my teeth, take my medicine, go get into bed, no more than lay down, and I'm like, I am fucking not tired now. And you know, it on the upside, it caught up about half an hour later. You know, that only lasted about half an hour. But usually that's the one where I'll just sit there and be like, man.
Yeah.
Then I'll be sitting there going, now I'm hungry. You know? So
man, the hungies are real, guys.
I woke up at 6 this morning, fresh as a daisy. I was like, yeah, let's go. And I'm like, oh my God, it's 6 a.m. Like, what am I doing? Who are you? So yeah, it was. So I went out and made a sandwich because I was hungry.
Hungry.
You know. So yeah, so I made a sandwich real quick and you know stayed up for a little bit, watched a little bit of wrestling, and then I was like, I'm getting tired again. Went back to sleep for a while. So I was
nice.
Like, yeah, I slept well, which was nice because usually when I'm that tired, I'm like you, I'll just snore like a maniac and wake up and feel like absolute trash.
Love it.
You know,
my favorite.
It's the best. Like I slept for 12 hours, but none of it was good.
Yeah, it was all terrible.
Yeah.
I feel like I've tortured myself for half a day.
Yeah, gasping for breath half the night. This is fantastic.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but yeah. Anyway, well, I guess we should probably move on to the. Oh, actually, I have something before we go to the Q of the W. I almost forgot about.
Hell yeah!
This is pretty cool, but I'd never order it because of the price.
Well, now I gotta know.
All right, so they have Stardew Valley merch, which I did not know existed.
Oh, okay, all right.
So there's T-shirts, stickers. There's a hoodie, dude. They have a hoodie and a T-shirt that look like it's done in like one of those death metal fonts.
That's amazing.
And it's like you have to see it. Do you need the website or you?
I just Google Stardew Valley merch. I'm clicking on it. It's loading. Okay, I'm assuming I'm looking at. Oh, it's like a hoodie of a skull.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a T-shirt version of it too. So the T-shirt's only $28. That is more likely to get.
Fan-fucking-tastic.
And as much as I love the hoodie and it's a zip-up hoodie, which you know I always prefer, but it's $65, which isn't horrible for a hoodie, but it's just $65, you know. So, but I was like, man, I kind of want the T-shirt.
Yeah, that is a terrific shirt.
Right?
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty
cool
awesome.
As fuck.
Yeah, I saw it off of what is it? Concerned Ape or whatever. I can't remember. The guy who does the game. He tweeted out the link to it. This is all like legit merchandise too. This isn't like where someone's just doing Stardew Valley.
Straight up just stealing her shit.
Yeah, this is licensed, I believe. So or official. That's what I was looking for.
They got some cool merch.
Yeah, there's some other cool stuff on there. Like I said, stickers are kind of cool and the pins are nice and all that kind of shit. The Stardew Valley map is kind of cool. Yeah, where it shows the whole gimmick of everything. But very nice. Yeah, by far the skull shirt is by far my favorite because it's like trees and it shows crops and like when you zoom in on it, it's shit from the game, but from a distance it just looks like a skull. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I might order one of these because it's pretty cool. And I dig that. So.
That is very cool. Big fan.
Yeah. Me too. So I'm glad. I almost forgot about this. I'm glad I remember that. We were talking video games. I was going to bring it up then. I completely forgot. So.
You know, that's fucking dope. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Ooh, you can change the color. Oh. What? Why I can't? Is it not available anymore?
It says pre-order.
Oh, I have to pick a style first. My fault. Clearly, I'm going with women's and junior. So. Anyway, all right. I can move on from here. All right, cool. I just wanted to make sure they had it in fat kid size. So.
Yeah, I actually just texted that to the lady upstairs. Like, look at his shirt.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna order one later.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, last week our Q of the W. Do you have it? I forgot to pull it up.
Yeah, it was. What is some rich shit you do even though you aren't rich?
Right.
Instagram. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Lasai.
Yep.
But on Facebook we got some stuff. Let me pull up all comments because I don't want most relevant. I want all of them.
Oh yeah, exactly.
I hate that shit.
Me too.
All right, so our buddy Derek, he says have an indoor pool. It's very misleading. People think we're bougie, but really we're those people on House Hunters that's like, I teach stretching part-time and I paint mushrooms for a living. Our budget is $1.5 million.
Can confirm. That for sure. He nailed that because they're definitely not bougie at all.
No.
Yeah, they're good salt of the earth people, but yeah, but having an indoor pool, like when Cheeto told us that they had an indoor pool.
Well, we went and saw it.
Not just an indoor pool, but it's like a pool house.
Yes.
You know,
it's like a wing.
Yeah, when you see it, you're like, wow, this is bougie as shit.
Yeah.
But it's really not. It's a nice pool, but it's So yeah, that's a great answer.
It is. It's a very solid.
Yeah. Yep.
Diamond, top fan Kiki. She says Dutch Bros, which I had to look up. It's a coffee shop.
Oh, it's a coffee place. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, I've heard other people talk about that place. Yeah.
That's
weird too. I mean, when you look at the price of like coffees and stuff, man, it's like really the average person shouldn't afford that. You know?
Yeah, it's just
like on a daily basis or multiple daily times a day.
Trust me, Brian. It's expensive. I've seen my past bank reports.
Right.
Our friend to the north, Monica, she says buy brand name cereal. Here, that shit's $8 or more for a non-family size. Insane.
Oh my! Wow, they really don't want y'all having cereals up there. I mean, you don't even get the good cereals anyway. All the ones with the dyes that'll kill you and stuff.
I know, right? We want like those good old fashioned American ones.
Yeah. But damn, dude, $8 a box for cereal.
Well, I mean, it's Canadian, Brian.
Oh yeah.
So it's like really, it's like
it's not though.
It's like 3 cents American.
The conversion rate's not that the gap's not as big as it used to be.
Or it's like 3 beaver pelts and an antler.
Well, that's fair. Yeah.
And some scrimshaw or something.
Yeah. Scrimshaw.
Yeah.
That seems appropriate, though. I think you're right. Yeah, I haven't checked the maths lately, but I think you're probably close.
I think that's the conversion rate.
Right, but seriously though, that's a lot for cereal. Like my mom asked me to get her some cornflakes. I went up to Food Town up the road, and I've always said there's stuff I will buy there, and there are things that I'm like, nope, because they don't have giant buying power. So certain things are way more expensive there, and cereal's one of them. Like a box of cornflakes is like $9 there.
Or you go to like Clancy's cornflakes at Aldi. That's like $1 a box.
Yeah, exactly.
It tastes exactly the fucking same.
Yep, that's exactly what I was getting at. Now they were name brand cornflakes, but even still, that same box is like $6, I think, at Kroger. You know, that's a significant difference.
Yes.
So, but still, damn. I mean, what they got, like Snow Dog or Sled Dog, everything up to them in Vancouver?
I assume.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez.
I mean, you're really paying for the fact you're probably not going to walk in the store and get shot. So.
I mean, I guess that's worth a premium. Yeah.
That's true. It's true.
But still, you can't get all those great colors and artificial flavors up there.
I know, right?
Like, why even eat cereal?
Yeah.
Says the guy who just killed off a box of Fruity Pebbles last night.
Hell yeah, I love me some Fruity Pebbles.
I was at Ollie's. They were like $1.99. I was like, for sure, getting some Fruity Pebbles.
Damn right.
Yep.
Diamond Top Fan, Big Dev, our love child.
Yes.
Says, eat at 5-star restaurants. Dressing up to eat is a pain, but damn, it's good to eat like an uptight white person of means.
I wouldn't know. I don't think I've ever done it. I've never eaten any place that I would consider 5-star.
I mean, I have, and it is. Sometimes it's worth it. It is.
The only time I've ever dressed up and gone out to eat is like after a wedding.
Right.
You know, but even then, the places we've gone are typically like a buffet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Like I seriously, it's one of those things. part of me would like to do, I would love to do, like go to a chef's tasting menu kind of thing where the chef's just like, here's what I'm doing tonight. It's just going to be put in front of you. I'd love to do that, but I also, I would have such a problem with the price point on it. I wish I knew someone famous who could be like, hey, come with me. And it just wouldn't cost me any money.
It's the old pay for the experience thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which I get, I'm okay with, and like I said, if I had regular monies, I'd probably be fine with the idea. I wouldn't do it all the time, but I would love to do that, and just let a chef just be, go crazy and be artistic and be like, here's these cool things I've created for everybody,
Right.
But otherwise, yeah, I'm too cheap.
That's fair enough.
I mean, I'm also poor, so I guess it's not really being cheap, it's poor.
That's also true. Miss Bandito.
Yeah.
Has two answers. Says, I buy farm fresh eggs and I pay for my daughter to do competitive dance.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, for a while there, farm fresh eggs were cheaper than store eggs. I think it's gone back the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, because store eggs have come down. They're still more expensive than they used to be, but they've for sure come down from that like $6 a dozen they were like a year ago.
Right.
But I have noticed the same thing. Last time I was at a farmer's market, I forgot what the eggs were, and I'm like, ooh, those have significantly gone up. And it was just this summer. It wasn't that long ago. So
we both shared it. I got some answers on mine. Your followers denied you, Brian.
Nice. I appreciate everyone letting me down.
Our homie, Mark from Tangibound, says, pay for premium gas. Just kidding. I can't afford that shit.
Right. That's like double cheese money.
Double cheese money. Exactly.
That's a real old
That's a really old bull.
Was on our episode last time, yeah.
Old man Ken, he just posted a gif of Wayne's World saying, pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
Have you ever bought Grey Poupon?
I mean, it's just Dijon mustard.
No, I'm just meaning, have you ever bought it?
I bought it once because some recipe I was making specifically said Grey Poupon, and then I was just realized it tastes like any other Dijon mustard.
Dijon mustard, okay.
So, yeah.
I've never bought it because, I just have never, I'm not a massive fan of Dijon anyway, so it's something I've had because there's certain sandwiches I do like it on or something like, and for a couple recipes I've had it called for Dijon, but otherwise I don't really
I fell for the marketing. I'm
certainly not going to buy a premium brand. I buy Kroger Dijon mustard.
I don't even think Grey Poupon's premium anymore anyway.
No,
I think it's all fucking hype. When you got two crusty bastards in Rolls Royces looking at each other, trading mustard on the road like a bunch of rich idiots.
What you and I do. We do that every Thursday, though.
Well, yeah, but we're poor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you got any French's?
Yeah. I'm like, French is shit, son. I got Kroger.
I got this packet that says yellow on it. Perfect.
Yeah. I got whatever Aldi's version is. Clancy's mustard.
Benton's. I got it up on my fridge.
Benton's, okay.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I usually buy Kroger because like their giant bottle of mustard's usually like $1.50 or something like that.
Benton's yellow mustard.
And I don't care that much. Like French's is like $4 a bottle. Yeah. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, it all tastes like mustard.
Yeah.
That's a shirt I need. I need a yellow shirt that just says it all tastes like mustard.
Henno and I were talking about how we've said stuff on The Crazy Life. Like we'll say this one's not really ours essentially, but it was like be a potato.
Yeah.
Right. Like I made a comment that somebody asked me how I was doing one day, and I was like, I'm just a warm baked potato wrapped in tinfoil because I was still in bed with my blanket over me.
That's fair.
And we have one that we've used. I said one time it was don't worry about yesterday's pizza. And it's those kind of sayings where it sounds like you're being really like deep and thought provoking, but it isn't at all. So that it all tastes like mustard. That's what that sounds like to me. Is it sounds like it'd be perfect in that line. I
mean, how many times at work I tell people, because they're always like, "How do you stay so calm?" And I'm like, "Bro, I'm just a leaf in the stream of life, man."
Right. My favorite one was after seeing the episode of Family Guy where Peter just watches a plastic bag blowing through the breeze and then it gets like stuck in a tree or something. But I'm like, that's why I'm always like, I'm just a plastic bag in the breeze, baby.
There you go.
Just whoa. Sorry about
that. And then
that came through.
Last but not least, Calvin. I haven't talked to him in a while.
Calvin, as in of previously from Shot of
Yes,
History,
sir.
Calvin? Okay.
He says, have a house. This shit ain't for poor people, LOL. He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
Everyone says, get a house.
And you will be.
Yeah. Get a house. Get a house. Okay. Do you like repairing everything yourself?
Yeah. And then bitching 6 years later when it all falls apart.
Exactly.
Who the hell fixed? Oh, wait.
Yeah, fuck, that was me.
I'm the one that put that fence up.
That's what I got, Brian.
Maybe I shouldn't put a fence up while I'm drunk. There's no other way to do it. I'm just saying you probably shouldn't, but there is no other way to do it.
It's the only way to do it.
Because I think you have to whack down about 8 or 10 beers to start putting a fence up.
That is the instructions.
That's the warm up. That's like, priming the gas. Yeah. All right, let's do it. How many of those have you had? I don't know.
Shut your face. That's how many.
I lost count after
You want
6.
to fight? That's how many.
Yeah. Okay, so you've had about 8 to 10. Yeah, probably. You want to make something of it? Like, no, I'm just...
Like, Jesus.
Not everything has to be a fight, doesn't it?
Does now, motherfucker.
Yeah. You crossed the line now. Like, I didn't even say anything. Ooh. All right. So I've got Cheeto's answer here. And he says, I buy Marlboro cigarettes. Damn, has the price gone up over the years. But if I'm going to knock years off my life, I'm going to do it with the Cowboy Killers in Flavor Country. Wow, man. I didn't realize he was still bougie like that, Usually when people are paycheck to paycheck, man, they're on those American Spirits and shit.
I know. Like,
the old Clancy brand cigarettes.
Yeah, exactly. Benton's.
Yep. General Cancers.
Fucking Benton's menthols.
He also says he buys craft beers. Says, I still buy PBRs plenty, but I'm more likely to grab a 15 of all days and make up a 6-pack of various IPAs at the K. Rogers to get me through. Understandable, because we said that too, like even that, like I went to BJ's the other day and I wasn't even like, I'm gonna have a Bud Light. I'm just like, I'm gonna pay way too much for a Two-Hearted. Well, I would have paid too much for a Bud Light too. I think the Bud Lights are like $6, and it's like, if I'm gonna overpay for a beer, I'm gonna get one that tastes good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of like a ball game. They'll if they have all day and they have like Bud Light, it's like, I'm getting an all day.
Like, I might as well just upgrade for a few bucks more.
Yeah. I'll just have the 1 or 6. So
18, whatever.
18. Yeah. Well, you got to warm up,
It's true.
You want to fight about it?
Yeah, exactly.
He says he puts 89 octane in his truck's gas tank. Man, this dude's swanky as fuck.
I know. Bougie as fucking mother. Look,
jeez, man.
Farm fresh eggs, dance classes,
Shit.
Cigarettes, 89 octane. What else we got going on here?
Jeez, man. And he says, that's about it, boys. I'm pretty thrifty and cheap, especially when it comes to myself. Smokes, beers, and gas is about all I spend money on for myself. I don't have car wash club money. I appreciate the barb and Tony at the end there. That was nice.
Dude, my car is so clean.
Yeah, well, hope so. Better be. If you have a fucking opportunity to clean your car all the time and you don't. Although, in fairness, I basically say the same thing to people with insurance, like medical insurance or dental, when they're like, I haven't been to a dentist in 5 years. I'm like, don't have insurance? Oh, no, I got insurance. I'm like, the fuck's wrong with you?
Wow. You are a special boy.
Go take care of them teeth. Otherwise, you're going to be the old summer teeth,
Yeah, exactly, right?
All right. So I finally went and dug out a few more questions.
Holy shit. All right, cool.
So I have 1 through 8 for you to pick from.
Oh, wow. What is today's date?
Yeah.
The 5th. We're going to do 5.
5?
Yes.
Because you got 5 on it. All right. What's a piece of obsolete technology you still use today because it's better than the modern version?
That's a great question because I'm really not sure.
Yeah, you are Johnny Modern.
Yeah,
so
I do like my stuff.
Your flashing lights and smart bulbs and smart toilet and everything else you got there.
Piece of obsolete technology that you use today because it's better.
there's people out there that would be like flip phone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I don't mean the new flip phones. I'm talking like the old, like the razors and shit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really call it obsolete because it's coming back, but I love my record player.
Yeah, that's fair. Because you're right. It's definitely not obsolete. And again, there's probably some people out there that are, talking like tape decks and shit because of the ability to record and over them and all that kind of shit.
Right.
But or VCRs for the same reason, even though I don't understand it. I feel like record player, I think you're right. It's like it's not obsolete, but it fits the rest of it because really it is being seen as superior to digital music or CDs and all that because of how they're engineered.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a tough one for me because like, it's not like I have like old tools that I'm like, oh, I'm hanging on to this because it's nostalgic for me or anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, forget a drill press. I'm doing it this way. I don't use a washing machine. I use a board. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's always just like, this is kind of a tough one, man.
Yeah. I was trying to think of something that I used to. I was trying to think, like, is there any like kitchen tools or anything that I'm still about, even though they've come out with like a newer version or something like that. I feel like can opener is something that I use. I use a hand can opener. We have an automatic one.
Yeah.
But I also use the hand one quite a bit because it's less of a pain in the ass, honestly. I just, in the things off the thing. The other one, it's like you got to get it lined up right, and sometimes it doesn't work right, and it's a pain in the ass. So I think that's about the best one I can come up with.
I mean,
honestly.
I guess we're talking kitchen. Like, I love my French rolling pin, which is just a piece of wood.
Right.
But it works great.
Right. But it's not really better than any. Well, I guess they do have other.
I mean, we also have like a marble one. I'd much rather use the French one.
What's the point of the marble one? It's supposed to be things don't stick as much or something?
It stays cool.
Oh, that
I
makes
guess.
Sense. Okay.
I don't know.
I could see
it
where
wasn't
that
mine. Yeah, it was brought into my house.
It's understandable. Yeah, because I'm very much the type to usually if I'm like, ooh, this technology improves this, I'm usually like, I'm in.
Yeah,
for
sure.
Like I haven't used my crock pot since buying my Instant Pot, like that kind of a situation.
Yeah.
Because why would I? The Instant Pot has slow cook on it, so I don't need the crock pot anymore.
I mean, I like my crock pot because it's bigger than my Instant Pot.
There is that. Yeah. I will give you that. That's the only real reason that I still have. Well, two reasons I still have mine. Also, I got a fancy version that has the paddle thing in it that stirs it.
Oh, yeah.
Electron.
I definitely don't have that. You just turn that
on and it'll just move around in there and keep things stirred. For certain things, that's very helpful.
Like meth.
So they don't. Yeah, like meth. Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
But otherwise, I probably would never even use that thing anymore. So, yeah. Oh, here's one.
Oh, yeah?
I think. Would an air popper count?
I would say so.
Because they have like microwave things.
Most people have microwave popcorn now, yeah.
Right. And I don't. I use I've had this air popper for probably, God, I don't know, 15 years or so.
I would say air popper nails it.
And that's it, man. I just dump the popcorn in there and it pops it fantastic. So I just don't bother with anything else. And I don't love the idea. Well, just doing popcorn in the microwave is one thing, but it's like I just don't want to use something plastic.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So
fair enough.
Although, who knows? I mean, this thing, my air popper's got a plastic top on it, so God only knows the heat of that probably is giving me cancer. So,
I mean, yeah.
Who knows? I mean, yeah, you're probably right. So, all right. Well, there you go. That's, let's see. I got to copy it or paste it here so I can read it again. What's a piece of obsolete technology you still use today because it's better than the modern version?
Just what you got.
I mean, realistically, I could probably also say a pencil because if I do draw anything, I'm not doing it digitally. Not that I draw much, but when I draw, it's typically in a sketchbook with a pencil. Yeah, versus on my iPad with my Apple Pencil.
Naturally.
Yeah. All right.
Man. Dying.
So in the meantime, head on over to saltylanguage.com.
Fucking plug time. Oh my God.
Plug time.
I wasn't ready. All right.
Head over to saltylanguage.com. You can find if there's there'll be a couple links probably for this week. And you can also find the link to the network we're part of, which is Tangentbound Network at tangentboundnetwork.com.
Oh,
yeah. So if you're looking for a network for your podcast, head on over there and talk to them and
do it.
If you talk to Mark,
tell him to do it.
Do it. All right.
And to buy premium gas. He can't afford that shit. I see what he spends his money on.
Dude, he's got too many other costs because he has like 900 businesses.
Yeah, that's true. He is Mr. Businessman.
Also, if he's buying premium gas, he hasn't built us a studio yet. So
also true.
Feel like priorities here.
Which I do believe is bullshit.
Yep, I agree.
I'm just saying.
There sure should be a Salty Language
international airport.
Yeah. / podcast studio.
Podcast studio.
Yeah. Right. It doesn't seem like the best place to record.
No, it's fine.
I guess if you soundproof the room enough.
Yeah, we're just making money on the flights.
It'll be like us with just Fury Road days, except it'll be planes this time.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be Fury Runway.
Yeah, Fury Runway. You're right. What was I thinking? All right. If you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at salty_language. You can find me on variety of social media sites at Stunami.
You can find me on the Instagrams at The Monotony or on TikTok at Salty Language. I do that shite. All the Beers Pod on YouTube. Sure, that's a thing. Salty Language Pod on YouTube. I forgot to upload last week's video, but I'll be doing that tonight. I'm sorry, everyone.
What a jerk.
Salty Language Pod on the YouTubes. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. You can see the stuff we talk about. You can see our beautiful faces. Mm-hmm. Patreon.com/Salty Language. You want to help your boys out. It is Christmas time. Brian's trying to get a PlayStation 5.
Yep, 1 penny at a time.
1 penny at a time. It's the Aldi plan, but for Patreon.
We need to do a video of me just be, like doing the sad animal thing where I'm like reaching out toward a PS5.
Yes, I will remember you. And I'm just in a suit, like, you two can help him.
Yeah, for only this much a month, we'll give 1 penny of every $3 you pledge.
Yes. Brian, you got a thing?
I do, even though we, as I said previously, we weren't able to record, but it's called the Crazy Life, where me and Henno talk about kind of whatever we're going through in life, and his depression, anxiety, different mental health stuff, recovery, addiction, all that kind of stuff. So if you want to hear us talk about that, please give us a listen.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful even.
Beautificent?
Beautificent.
Man, that goes back. There was an NHL game the one year. The guy says something and he says beautificent, and the other guy's like, beautificent? He's like, yeah, beautiful, magnificent, beautificent. It's like, all right.
I'm not mad at it.
No, me and my nephew have said it to each other ever since. We say various stuff from that game because we played it so much that it's still burned in our head.
I get it.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah. All right. So, and this is the last one from this list, so it'll be time to start a new list next week. From the English swear words that should make a comeback, according to this site. And this last one is saddle goose.
Saddle goose.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's like a goose night. Honking to victory.
Oh, I hope so. You mean like honking, like grabbing breastises, or you honking like
geese do whatever the fuck they want?
It's true, especially Canadian ones.
Exactly.
They charge $8 a box for cereal, I hear. Yeah.
They do.
It says, "Have you ever tried saddling a goose?" Well, obviously.
Well, like riding it?
Yeah, sure. Who hasn't?
Like fucking it?
No. We're not talking like putting it in a sex swing.
Oh, okay.
That's a different kind of thing here. It says probably not because it sounds ridiculous. That's the point of this insulting phrase, though, because it means fool, as in only a saddle goose would be foolish enough to attempt something as silly as saddling a goose. So I'm guessing this is kind of maybe a precursor to silly goose.
Oh, yeah.
you know. But here we are.
Here we are.
Saddle Goose.
Saddle Goose.
Not as cool as what was it, Cocaine Chimp or whatever we were talking about on.
That was whatever movie, Cocaine Chimp 2.
Cocaine Chimp 2. You're right. It was the sequel.
Yes. Or no, it was Chimp with a Shotgun. That's what it was.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
Still, I'd watch it regardless.
I'd watch both of those things. Yeah, for sure. Chimp with a Shotgun. Though.
Chimp with a Shotgun.
That should be a video game, much like that. Was it Squirrel with a Gun or whatever?
Fuck yeah.
Game. It was.
Yeah, I'd play that.
I never played. I should play.
I'd play it. Does it have multiplayer? Is it on PlayStation? Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Oh, dude, that'd be great. We just like a pack of squirrels running around with guns. That'd be awesome. Man, I would for sure
play the hell out of that game. No one would be safe.
No. No one. All right. Well, there you go. So until next week, have a beer. You'll be fine.
Stay salty and shit. But watch those stunning lemonades or whatever Panera sells. What do I call them?
Charged lemonades.
Charged lemonades. I was thinking
shotgun lemonades.
Shotgun lemonades. Dude, that sounds like a movie. Shotgun Lemonade.
Yeah.
Also sounds like a late 90s, early 2000s action movie.
Oh, I was thinking like an alternative band.
Oh.
But Shotgun Lemonade. Yeah. Playing this Sunday.
At the Lemon Bowl.
I guess.
Hot piss cups for everybody.
Yikes. Probably don't want that.
I'm about ready to make my own hot piss cup, you know what I'm saying? Jesus Christ.
All right, well, we're doing that. All right. Save. Almost hit the record button, which